Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to get the pulse of a whole city just by flipping through the pages of a local magazine. We're diving deep into the November 2025 issue of Arlington Today to check out the stories, the people, and the events that really make this Texas city tick. Let's get into it. You know, this quote from the publisher, Judy Rupe, it just perfectly sets the tone, doesn't it? She's framing the whole month not just by what's happening, but by a feeling. This idea of gratitude and community. It's like the thread that ties every single story together. So first up, we're talking all about that spirit. We're going to look at how this community in Arlington really comes together, what they're celebrating, and the values that seem to drive everything, especially this time of year. What I love about this is how it shows you the whole picture of community life. It's not just one thing. You start with honoring service at the big Veterans Day Parade. Then you get personal with Thanksgiving. And then you look at the city's economic heartbeat with Shop Small Saturday. And all the while, you've got this foundation of building connections through schools and supporting crucial organizations like the Archway. It's the whole shebang. Okay, so who are the people making all this happen? Well, the centerpiece of this magazine issue is their annual 40 Under 40 list. It's a fantastic spotlight on the next generation of leaders who are out there, right now, shaping what Arlington is going to look like tomorrow. And check this out for an example of real impact. You've got Trent Ballard. He's not just running an airport, he's basically turned it into this massive economic engine for the city. Taking revenue from $1.2 million to $8 million, that is serious, tangible progress. And then you have someone like Juana Carreno. She's got the keys to a local legend, Jay Gilligan's. So her job is this incredible balancing act. How do you keep a 40-decade-old tradition alive and kicking, but also bring it into the modern day so it thrives for another 40 years? That's no easy task. And it's not just about business, right? The list also shines light on leaders in health and service. Dr. Yu Liao at UT Arlington. She's running a program that gives free, personalized exercise plans to cancer patients. Think about that. It directly improves their quality of life. That is community service in its purest form. You know, this quote from another honoree, Kendall Pugh, it just hits you right in the heart. You can feel his surprise, his humility, and then he immediately connects his work at his church to the city as a whole. It just goes to show, these leaders aren't just building their resumes, they're weaving themselves into the very fabric of their community. All right, so moving on from the rising stars, the magazine is also packed with these incredible stories that connect Arlington's past right up to its present. We're talking about everything from unbelievable heroism to local history and, yeah, even some global pop culture. And what a story this is. I mean, Thomas Norris's life reads like a movie script. First, he's a Navy SEAL who earns the Medal of Honor for this unbelievably daring rescue. Just months later, he's so badly wounded he's basically left for dead before he's rescued himself. So what does he do after all that? He fights for a waiver to join the FBI and starts a whole new career of service. Just wow, a true hero's journey. So we go from a national hero to a local one. Danny Armstrong's book shows you the power of just telling your story. He's basically preserving the memory of a different Arlington, one that was growing super fast. What started as bedtime stories for his grandkids has become a piece of shared history for the entire town. And of course, you can't talk about community spirit without talking about food. This number says it all. More than 7,000 votes to decide the city's best taco. Come on, that's not just a contest. It's a citywide, passionate debate that gets everybody talking. Okay, here's a fun one for you. What does the number 60 have to do with Arlington? Well, it's the number of actual costumes from all 8 seasons of Game of Thrones that are in a new exhibition there. Just a little reminder that the city is a major hub for entertainment too. Okay, let's switch gears a bit and talk about some of the really practical stuff. The vital signs of the city. The magazine also dives into important health topics and, of course, the strength of the local economy. So the health section this month tackles a really important but maybe sensitive topic, pelvic organ prolapse. And the article does such a good job of just breaking it down with a super clear definition. It takes away the scariness and just focuses on helping people understand what's going on. And these quick facts are absolutely crucial. First off, it affects 1 in 3 women. Right away, that tells you how incredibly common this is. Then it busts a common myth that Kegels can fix it, before pointing to a modern, really effective solution. This is all about replacing stigma and silence with good, clear information. And here's the bottom line, the most important message of all. It's an empowering idea that shifts the whole conversation from just suffering through it to finding proactive solutions. It's a way of telling readers, hey, help is out there and it works. Now, let's talk about this city's economic health. This number is so powerful, it proves that shopping local isn't just a nice thing to do. It has a real, measurable impact. For every single dollar you spend at a small local business, $1.68 gets pumped right back into the Arlington community. And that leads us to a pretty clear call to action, right? With Small Business Saturday just around the corner, it's the perfect reminder of how every single resident can directly support the unique businesses that give the city its character. So, with all this cool stuff going on, how can you actually get involved and be a part of it? Well, our final section here is basically your cheat sheet, a guide to some of the can't-miss events happening this month. This is just a little sampler of the amazing variety Arlington has to offer. You can go show your respect for veterans at the parade, then go watch some of the strongest athletes in the world, get an early dose of holiday cheer at a German Christmas market, and top it all off with the 50th anniversary of the legendary Interlaken Christmas lights. I mean, there is absolutely something for everyone. And that really is the perfect question to leave things on. We've seen this snapshot of a city that's just brimming with community spirit, rising leaders, and amazing stories. Arlington's story is being written every single day. The only real question is, what part will you play in it? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer.